Hello and welcome back to the colony with ManOfTheAntz. So today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Plague Inc. Now I know I don't really do many non-VR games on the channel apart from obviously Empires of the Undergrowth, which is doing fairly well as you may have noticed, but the wonderful and delightful Queen Chica Nugget gifted this game to me on Steam, so I feel compelled to have a go. Just in case you guys don't know, Chica also donated Monster Hunter World to me, which I'm currently streaming every Wednesday, so come along and say hello there if you're around. And she also donated another game to me as well before Monster Hunter that I haven't actually got around to doing yet, so I do feel a little bit guilty, so I thought I'll take a look at Plague Inc. now, because it's the sort of thing I imagine that you could just have a bit of a go at and not worry too much about having to have it sort of ongoing like the other game, which was X4 that you picked up for me. It's going to be something you have to invest a lot of time in, which, you know, I'd love to do, but right now I don't have the time for that. So I thought Plague Inc., quick look, that'll be wonderful. Now, I know vaguely what Plague Inc. is. I know that you're sort of trying to wipe out the world's population, I suppose, aren't you, as far as I'm aware? But I don't really know much about the game apart from that. I've seen the occasional things pop up on Reddit and in memes and stuff where they call the plagues very humorous things and that sort of thing. But I don't really know much about the game, and I've never seen anyone play it, which might surprise a few of you because it has been out a little while now, but I'm a little behind the curve with this apparently. So here we go then. Going to be a bit of a new experience for me. So I guess we will do the main game. Oh no, we'll do the tutorial. Okay, yeah, we'll do the tutorial. That's what we'll do. That makes sense. Name your plague. It's gonna. Oh, both my wife and Auntie are gonna very much dislike this, but I'm gonna call the plague Mookie, which is the name of my cat, in case you're not aware. So welcome to Plague Inc. Are you ready to infect the world? In this tutorial, we'll learn the basics of Plague Inc. and infect the world together. Think of it as an infectious disease school. Wonderful. First, you need to choose where your disease will begin. Start in China. Click to select it. Anywhere in particular? I suppose if we do it near the coast, that makes sense to me. More as an airport, and if we do it right between those two. Oh, okay, I clicked it. It's down there somewhere. I wanted to do it between the airport and the harbour, so that'd be a good area. Your plague has been unleashed. Below you can see how many people are infected with your disease. 1 so far. Oh, there goes a plane. Oh, there goes some... Wow, it's all kicking off. What is this down here then? DNA points. We have 16 DNA points. Ah, red bubbles appear when you infect a new country. Pop the bubbles to get some DNA points. I don't know why that classes as a new country, but okay. DNA points are very important. You can spend them to evolve your disease and make it stronger. You'll get more DNA as you infect and kill people across the world. That sounds wonderful. So I can see there is a speed up thing up here, but I'm trying to not worry about that too much for the moment at the very least. You also get DNA by popping orange bubbles when they appear. Pop the bubbles now. See how many points you have here. So what's the difference between the orange and the red then? We now have 4 people infected, which I'm guessing are these red dots. Oh, there's a few more. We'll have that bubble. You can change the game speed here. You can change the game speed. Here are your time controls. The game is currently paused. Click play or press alpha 1 to unpause it. What on earth is alpha 1? So 9 people infected now. Click fast forward or press alpha 2 to speed the game up. Click faster forward or alpha 3 to speed it up some more. 20 people, or 25, it's really going. It's time to evolve your plague to make it stronger and help it spread. Click here or press Q to open the disease menu. This is the disease menu. Here you can evolve new traits to make your disease stronger. Your plague needs to spread faster. Let's go to the transmission tab. We also have symptoms and abilities, which we can't see yet. It costs DNA points to evolve your disease. Let's start by getting the livestock transmission. Click livestock 1. It will cost 7 DNA and we have like 20 odd. You can also double click it. Your infectivity has increased. That should help your plague infect a few more people. Okay. When you've finished exploring your disease screen, click X or press Q to return to the map. So where does it tell us how many points we have? Ah, there we go. So what else do we have? Symptoms. We can evolve different symptoms. Do we want more symptoms? Symptoms of Mookie? So she was never going to see this, hopefully, because unless I always say he makes me feel sick by looking at it. We'll get that. And abilities. What have we got here? Cold resistance, heat resistance, drug resistance, and bacterial resistance. Well, drug resistance sound very useful. Let's get drug resistance. Okay, we've got a few upgrades for our virus then. Slow it down just a little bit so we can savor the moment. So you have 50 infections. You can zoom in for a closer view. Oh, okay. Oh, it goes like that, does it? Wasn't expecting to go all isometric on me. Use the up, down, left, and right keys or WASD to navigate around the map. When you're zoomed in, use the scroll or drag the slider down to zoom back out again. Oh, bubble. So it's 200 infected people now. You can see any recent news events here. Click here or press R to read more. Make sure you keep an eye on the news so you know what's going on in the world and you can react accordingly. Oh, okay. Which way are we going here? This is older. Mookie begins in China. Computer games industry, lemur fur toilet paper inhumane. Wow. First public chicken crossing. University debate controversy. World Health Organization shows terrorism risk is declining around the world. Good. Kim and Don live stream Fortnite from Singapore. So far, not entirely important, is what we're learning there. 443 infected with Mookie now. Oh, 800, that job. Oh, Terry Pratchett voted best author ever. Damn right. Terry Pratchett is a legend. Most expensive movie ever. Cost too much. It's 8,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12, 13, 15. Wow, we are really ramping up the infection here. Your disease has infected another country. Mookie is really starting to spread. Let's get that. What country is that? I don't know, actually. That's Afghanistan. It's not... That's Pakistan, I think, isn't it? I really don't know what that is. That's bad, isn't it? Let's look a bit closer at the country your disease just infected. Oh, it's Afghanistan. I swore that was Afghanistan. I thought Afghanistan was the huge one in between China and Russia. Well, I'm completely wrong. That's what we've learned there. Click here to select that country. Click where? Here. The country screen shows how individual countries are responding to your disease. They have 10 infected so far. Okay. This shows if the country's borders are open or not. If a country has shut its borders, your disease will struggle to get in. Here are the actions that the government is carrying out to try and prevent your disease from spreading. Here you can see how much money the country is spending to research a cure for your disease. Here you can learn some more about your country. Okay. A buffer between the British and Russian empires. The Russian. When you've finished exploring the country screen, click X or something else to return to the map screen. I could have sworn that was... What's this? Ah, that's Kazakhstan. And that's just Central Asia. That doesn't have a country, apparently. Oh! That wasn't another... That wasn't India, was it? Oh, I've infected India. A lot of people in India. A lot of people in India. How many people? Like 1 billion. 1.5 billion people. That's good. We've got these two major countries here infected. Let's check if humans are trying to cure your disease. Click here or press E to open the world map. Oh, hello. Hello. Mookie has not been noticed. There are 700,000 people infected. It really should have been. The world map shows how your disease is doing on a global level and tracks any human cure research. Here you can see how many people are healthy, infected, or dead. Use these toggles to filter categories of countries on the minimap. For example, if you want to see any hot or rich countries you haven't infected yet. I suppose that's where the upgrades come into. Oh, we haven't done any upgrades for a while. Here you can see the countries listed by if they are healthy, infected, or dead. Hover over each country's name for more detail. They're dead. You can just kill them. Oh, Korea got infected. Get on, Korea. If the cure reaches 100%, then your disease will be cured and you will lose the game. When you've finished exploring the world screen, click X or press E to exit back to the map screen. Interesting. Tutorial complete. Your disease is now ready to go global. To win, you must infect and kill the entire world without being cured. Good luck. So I want to do some things here. We could probably do some more transmission, right? What do we want? What do we want? Oh, water. Water's a good one. We'll have water. Symptoms. Involve vomiting. Increases the risk of infection. High density. Slightly increase in infectivity. Doesn't sound very good. Irritable and less productive could be a good one to get. Need to hypoxia. Let's get that one. That sounded useful. And abilities. Protect against all climates. Well, yes, let's have that, please. What else do we want over here? Evolve air? Evolve water too? Chemically treated water. Let's just stick with the basic air. And what do we want over here? High density. I like the sound of that. And then we've got 8 left. We can't afford anything? Or not quite. Not quite. That's fine. Mookie has mutated and developed the paranoia symptom without using DNA points. Wonderful. Get on, Mookie. Evidence shows that Julius Caesar played outwitters. I need to figure out what the... oh, it's just 1, 2, and... okay. Yeah, we are infecting a lot of countries now. It is kicking off. Look at this. Look at this. This is wonderful. Let me take a quick look at the world screen a second. We've infected 500 million? Yes, 500 million people are infected. We've infected pretty much the entire Eastern world and the UK. The Eastern world and the UK. Okay, excellent. So is there a way of, like, how are these organized? Oh, by the right, I see. So China is 34% infected. We've got a few more things we can spend down here. Decreases future research speed. Let's get that. What have we got over here? Sneezing. I like sneezing. Let's get sneezing. And let's get rural as well. We've got a bit more money. We can't afford any of those. That's why they weren't working. That makes sense. A bit more money. I said money. Let's get that then. Oh, it's going. It's going. New minor disease spreading, so it says. In a normal checkup, a doctor in China found a new disease which has been named Mookie. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. I just want to have a quick look. We've infected almost 1 billion people. 800 million people have been infected, and they've 10% of the world has been infected, and they have just noticed. And that's fairly poor on their part, to be honest. 1.2 billion, pretty much. China is almost gone, by the look of it. Afghanistan starts work on a cure. They are the first to instruct doctors to begin research into a cure for Mookie. Without greater funding, it is expected to take a long time. So we need to focus our efforts here on stuff that affects... In fact, let's come out of this. What's the... let's just very quickly have a look what the pause button is. Space, okay. Afghanistan I wanted, but I've gone about this in a foolish way. Oh, there we go, I got it. So they're working on some research. What does it tell me about Afghanistan, though? How do I know if it's hot, cold, or whatever? That's hot. I'm guessing that's hot, right? So it's a hot country. It's whatever this is. Not affected by water. Not wealthy. So heat and arid. Right, that's what that is. Ooh. So we need something that spreads in heat. Arid environments, okay. And plane transmission. Let's do that. Oh, can you only have one of those? Oh no, that went off because it... Perfect. Let's carry on, Mookie. Give me that. Give me that. We've infected the US. Fantastic. 1.4 billion. Oh, it's dead. China's gone. We have wiped China off the face of the earth. Afghanistan's dead. So their work on the cure was a waste of time. We started infecting a lot more of Europe now, which is great, obviously. Porg's not cool, says Ewok. We've got New Zealand finally over there. A severe storm strikes Madagascar. That's Madagascar, isn't it? Severe storm strike heavily populated area Madagascar. World Health Organization analysts warn of property and infrastructure damage, but expect a rapid cleanup. Well, let's pop down here. I don't think we really need to focus on anything, as far as I'm aware. Significantly greater mutation. All right, yeah, let's get that. I want that. Can be fatal. I like the sound of that. Let's get that. And anything in abilities we want? Yes, let's get that. Go. Mookie is mutated and developed the insanity symptom without using DNA points. Get on, Mookie. Get on. First death in Afghanistan. The first death from Mookie has been confirmed in Afghanistan. You say that, but like, isn't... Oh no, the one dead. Right, so everyone's infected. I see, right. Go back. So everyone's infected, but the country isn't yet gone. Right. But these are the countries which have had deaths. I see. One person is dead. Everybody is infected. Every single person is infected in Afghanistan. That's horrendous. The UK has become the first country to try to limit the spread of Mookie by limiting access in and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. 68 million are dead, and there are 3,200. Everyone's infected. Okay, we're not too worried about that, because most of the countries that it's connected to appear to be infected already. So that's not much of a problem for us, is it? We could probably do with getting these, I guess. So let's do that. And let's get that. Let's just make it really, really tough. Really tough. First death in Afghanistan is still the news popping up. Lots of other countries getting infected in Africa now. UK mobilizes infectious disease team. Oh, we've got lots of DNA points. Let's collect those. Let's pause it, because I think we're full of DNA points. Full to the brim with points. Catastrophic cell death of multiple tissue types cause body-wide organ failure and rapid death. Do we need multiple death routes? Don't really know. I think we're going to get them. Got lots of abilities. We could probably do some more transmission, I'd have thought, couldn't we? So let's get the basics over there. Pulmonary fibrosis symptom mutated. Fantastic. So South America is now really done. The USA is completely infected. There are 4 million dead in the USA. Normal life in UK is beginning to break down due to Mookie. Mookie. Cure research is starting to slow. Lots of stuff going on that we've not really seen. 15 million dead. Mookie's been placed on the watch list by the WHO. Already dangerous, governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. I mean, at this point, surely it's unstoppable, right? Australia has started to send research teams to infected countries, hoping to speed up development of a cure. Pop blue bubbles to destroy their research. Get on. Boop. Boop. How is this country doing so well? What is this country? Bolivia. How is Bolivia doing so well there? They've lost 3,000 people, but look at them, they're surrounded. Canada's doing all right as well, as is Alaska. Mookie's mutated and developed the cysts symptom. Fantastic. Oh, we've got a lot of points again. Let's focus on death stuff. Significantly harder to cure, yes please. Spread fast and can be fatal. Yes. Yes. Let's leave it go. Let's leave it go. Research doctors all around the world are completely focused on developing a cure for Mookie. Oh, but look at this. Look at how fast that bar is going up. It might be too late, people. It might be too late. $3 billion? Trillion? How many people are in the world? USA is the first to fall into anarchy due to Mookie. No research can take place. Good. Excellent. There are more dead than alive. That's fairly horrible, I suppose, isn't it? How's the UK doing? How's my homeland doing? Wow, terrible. Terrible. Mookie has somehow managed to infect Greenland. Awesome. I think we're pretty much unstoppable here, aren't we? There's a few people around here still going. Africa's holding out steadfastly, but and there's some. Is this North Russia? Yeah, there's a few bits of North Russia which look like they're not entirely doomed yet. But I think we're pretty safe now. I think we're pretty safe. Germany's government has fallen. Well, there are only... There's no one left now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The diarrhea symptom is mutated. Mookie has mutated and developed a diarrhea symptom. I wanted to quickly pause that and jump in here. So there are 5 countries, of which China isn't one of them, actually. How many people has China got left? That was the first one we got. Where's China gone? There it is. Now, there are still 3 million people in China. That's not bad. It is in total anarchy, though. So yes, we have so far wiped out 5 countries entirely. The Balkan states are fairly small, I think. Oh, that's the Balkan states. Oh, I see. Spain's a fairly chunky country. Brazil's huge. A lot of people in Brazil. So we absolutely decimated Brazil. So we're basically done here. So we'll let this run out. We'll affect these few last people in Africa. 31 million, 27, 24, 26, 24. How did that go up? 21, 16, 13. All the governments have collapsed. There are 7 million people left in the whole world. Everyone's dead. And Mookie has destroyed the planet. The Mookie genome fully sequenced. Mookie has had its genome fully sequenced by scientists. Which scientists? Who researchers say that this breakthrough will help cure efforts? There are 2.5 million people left in the world. Less than 2 million. 1.5 million. Turkey's government's gone. Less than 1 million people. 300,000, 250, 180, 130, 100. 64,000, 50,000. It's waiting for these last few to tick down and die. So who's the last country to fall? Oh. If we go back in now, where most people have gone, how is Canada healthy? Did Canada cure it? The government's fallen. I think Canada might have cured Mookie, you know. Damn you, Canada. Damn you. Sneezing and diarrhea are causing unwanted accidents, lowering productivity and drawing attention to Mookie. Well, that's not good, I suppose. Oops, symptom combo. Canada's government has fallen. There are a few. Do we need to do some more upgrades here? Are you going to be problematic? You last 1,000 people. There are 1,000 people. Give up and die. Literally impossible to repopulate the world with that few people. 600, 500. They are really hanging on to the bitter end, aren't they? $190, 150, 130. Right, so there's like less than 100 people left now. Also, this is not counting healthy people though, is it? There's still 14 million healthy. Oh my, that's not what I did not realize what was going on there. So we need to really ramp up the transmission here, I think, don't we? So let's get all of the transmission stuff. we need more people infected. Didn't realize there are so many people still alive. Speed things up a little bit. We're going to run out of bubbles now. If I messed this up at the very end, I might have done. Mookie's mutated and developed the haemophilia symptom. Mookie has killed all of its hosts. Some healthy people survived. Damn it. We got very close there. Very close. I was not really paying attention. I didn't realize that the infected and the healthy were sort of disparate numbers. That was my bad. But there we go. That's why it's a tutorial. Lasted 520 days. Where's my mouse? There it is. Practice makes perfect. Maybe try the main game on casual difficulty until you get the hang of it. If you need any more help, check out the how to play section for more advanced tips. So the cure only got 22% of the way there. That's all it's really got, isn't it? Okay, that's what I thought there might be a few more facts there. Plague eradicated, 0 dead. Or is that because they've cured it? Is that what's happening now? This is the cure going around the world. Oh no, this is the playback, right? Let's just put it on max speed. Oh, look at that disgusting Mookie spreading itself across the world. Disgusting. Just a bit of coughing in the background. It's a random bit of coughing. And yeah, we did leave a lot of people alive, actually. I was there going, oh, there's only 100 people left in the world. There's 170 million left in the world. So yeah, we ran a little short there, didn't we? Okay, main game. Can you infect the world? The following new plague type is being discovered and unlocked. Shadow plague. Shadow plague. Okay. Yes. Bacteria, please. You can use genes to add special bonuses to your disease. Okay, you can have up to 5 genes active at any time. Experiment with different combinations. Each time you complete a game, you will unlock a new gene. Click on each gene category to see what genes are out there waiting to be unlocked. Also, we don't have anything at the moment. Right, but we will later on. Right, continue. It did suggest doing it on casual to start with, didn't it? You might want to try playing on casual difficulty until you get the hang of the game. Beating each main disease type on normal difficulty or higher will unlock to the next one. Well, let's stick with casual then. No one washes their hands, research doctors don't work, and sick people given hugs. Fantastic. So we've done Mookie, so we'll move on from Mookie to Molly now, who is the other cat. You're a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world. Select a country to begin your plague. Well, I do want to sort of start it in the UK there. So let's do that. Start it in the home ground, shall we? Infected its first human weak, but used to cold temperatures, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. It will, don't worry about that. Molly begins in UK, 3 people infected. It's a good start. Scotland is apparently really suffering the brunt of Molly. Budget airlines plan to remove seats for passengers. They actually did discuss that at one point, didn't they? UK is a wealthy country with high quality healthcare. To spread faster, you may need to evolve the drug resistant ability. Okay. Don't think we can yet, can we? Do we pick a terrible country with the UK? What's the drug resistant ability? It's that one. We need 11 points. Okay. Molly is spreading from person to person in the UK. Pop orange bubbles to get DNA points. Thank you. Oh, we've just got our drug resistant ability. I suppose we should probably focus maybe. We went a little bit all over the place. We need to focus on doing certain things. Okay. You spent DNA points to involve your disease and more options have opened up. Yes, thank you. What happened in real life? I don't really know what happened in real life. I have very little knowledge of how diseases spread in real life. Oh, that's what I was after before. It's a cold country, it's a humid country, it's an urban country, and it's a rich country. So I suppose those are the things you need to focus on. It's already got cold by being in... Oh, it hasn't already got cold in line. Okay, let's get cold then. But being in the UK, I was going to say, Molly has infected hundreds in the UK, increasing the chance that an infected person will infect a healthy person. So what else has it got? It's cold, humid, urban and rich. Heavy flooding in Russia. Ooh. What about if we go over and do something in the humid category instead? Which does leave us a little bit to spend, actually. High density urban, that's perfect. People in cold climates, let's really focus on the lungs on that side. Okay. Molly has infected thousands in the UK. Yeah, we're really focusing on just wiping out the UK, really, aren't we? And we'll see where it spreads after that to determine what it is we feel. Ooh, it spread to South Africa. So let's take a look at South Africa. It is hot and it is arid. It is literally the opposite of the UK, which isn't ideal, is it? Hot and arid. What do we need for hot and arid? Let's get... Oh, we can't get that one yet. How much does that cost? 10. We need one more point. Oh, is that an infection in a different country? So France has gone as well. Let's get that. What do we need to worry about with France? Urban and rich. We've already got the urban kind of covered a bit. Maybe we'll focus on the rich with the next thing. Oh, it's getting there. The US or I think that's Mexico, isn't it? Mexico and Canada's been infected. Australia's gone as well. Oh my word. Infected more people in the world than TB. It is very infectious. Yes, it is. It's going crazy all of a sudden. World menu contains useful data. Yes, thank you. To see which countries aren't infected, I suppose, to see... really helps spread it around, as they say. Okay. Both of those are quite good, aren't they? I might get both of those, I think. Decrease future research speed, I think, is going to be very useful going forward. Let's start that off. It's really starting to spread now. A doctor in the UK has found the disease, finally. The first death in Russia. That didn't take long at all, did it? Sorry, Russia. UK has become the first country to try to limit the spread of Molly. It has shut down its airports, but its ports are still open, I suppose. Yeah, there they go. There's another one. Started beginning the research into the cure. We shall see how that goes. Hopefully we slowed it down a little bit. Okay, what have we got here? That cost 28? That cost 25? Maybe we should focus on transmission. We can focus on transmission. I suppose we could get some things here. Let's go for the mosquitoes. That should help spread it around Africa and any other hot places a bit. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Oh. A few more Eastern European countries have gone. Wonderful. Lots of... Oh my word. That was horrendous. Holy crap. Molly has infected more people in the world than HIV. It is an extremely infectious disease. That's horrible. Let's get that, I think. I think that's going to be useful, seeing as the UK started... it's got the sneezing thing, ideal. Looking into a cure. A few more countries infected. Japan's being infected. Well, that's Mexico. What was the other one then? Mass panic of a 3D printed robotic juicer. Okay. I'm not really sure what to do with that. Just Central America. It's just called Central America. That's vague. Should we focus more on transmission? Should we focus on ship transmission? Because at least one country's already shut down its airports. So if we focus on ship, that should help spread it around a bit more, right? UK is prioritizing the cure research. It's been placed on the WHO watch list. I have to pause the game to get all those, blimey. We've infected Greenland as well. Right, we just got a whole buttload of points, so let's have a look over here. I don't know what that one is. Let's get that. What's this? Pathogen bypasses air-water filters, increased infectivity, especially in humid and arid climate. Oh yeah, everything. Okay, let's get that. Perfect. So I think that's a good little one to have. It's probably the same over there if you get all 5 of those, I imagine. We need to maybe start looking at getting more death going. Let's get more death going. Only 2.5. Lots of people dying. Molly becoming scary, killing and hurting people. The harder humans will. Oh, yeah. The harder people will try to cure it once it starts killing more people. So maybe don't go too full on with the death straight. Oh, Greenland's gone. Blimey. More infected people than the common cold. It is the ultimate infectious disease. Wowzers. France started to send research teams to countries to follow their little planes. Evolve aggressive symptoms to destroy countries or evolve cure resistance. Pop blue bubbles. People are dying in Pakistan faster than people are being infected. Good. Good. I mean, not for Pakistan. It's horrible. But, so do we kill people more? Or do we look at more, let's kill people more, right? Significantly harder to cure and can be lethal. Well, that's both of us. It's a win-win situation, mate. I think I like that one more. Rich people, I guess, are the ones that will be doing the cure more. So if we really infect those, completely focused on developing a cure. Worse than Spanish flu. Deadliest plague ever. It's killed over 580 million people. And it is worse than smallpox. The Baltic states begin to break down. Molly's mutated and developed the vomiting symptom. We've got a few more points to spend. So if we ignore a lot of this now, I think we'll ignore a lot of that now, unless the cure starts to really ramp up. Transmission's going pretty well, so if we just focus on symptoms. Increased infectivity, which is a best of both worlds sort of situation, isn't it? Korea approves human experiments. The cure is 25% complete, but we've killed about 25% of the world, I think. Egypt is the first to fall into anarchy. No cure research will take place. We'll take France's research away from under them. We've got lots of points again. That's really ramped up. Body-wide infections that spread fast and can be fatal. Yes. Try and look for stuff which could be fatal. There we go, there's one. Can be fatal, yes. Significantly harder to cure. Causes severe emotional and behavior abnormalities. Perfect. Peru's government has fallen. We've killed 5 billion people. We'll destroy their research. Got a lot more points to spend again. Let's do that. Let's just make it like just super deadly. Like it can kill you in so many ways. Maybe we do need to look at making it a bit more infectious, though, particularly in arid countries, because coughing and vomiting to cause the infected to projectile vomit. Ugh. Again, we got a lot of points. So maybe we should focus on, let's have a look for anything that affects hot climates. Yes, that's what we want. And I suppose if we do this one as well, just hoping that'll help it spread throughout Africa a little bit. Because that is the holdout there, really, isn't it? And the side of Russia there as well, I suppose. Oh, hello. A single plane still going. So we've killed 7 billion people, 35 million more infected. The cure looks like it's pretty much stumbled. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with Molly. Oh, that's got us smart. How many people? Oh, everyone's infected. I don't know why. I was about to say, how many healthy people are there? But we know there are literally 1 million people alive. Scientists are struggling to understand the extraordinary mutation patterns of Molly. Not surprised, mate. It's all over the shop. Developed the paranoia symptom. Destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans lay dying in holes with no chance of survival. Off you go, 100,000 people. Molly has destroyed you all. Boop. There we go. Molly successfully ended all life on Earth. Wow. Only took 467 days. The cure only got to 31%, so it went backwards apparently. It was on casual though, so we got not a bad score. So obviously it started in the UK, really infected Europe quite fast, and then Russia really fell quickly. I guess that's because we had the cold and the stuff in there from the UKs, and then it went absolutely crazy, basically. Where's that? Around the 300-day mark, it went absolutely mental. And then finally infected those last few African holdout countries. The new gene has been discovered. Let's have another game then. And let's do it on casual and see what happens then. Where's this? There it is. Increases the chance of your plague mutating. That's perfect. Well, who wouldn't want that? And let's do it on normal. Experienced genetic strategists. That is not me. Now I only have one other pet that's named. And I don't know how you spell it. Amidala. Now my first Queen Ant is called Amidala. In fact, we should probably call it Queen Amidala. Queen Amidala. I'm sure that's spelled wrong, but yes, obviously after the Queen in the Star Wars prequel trilogy. You're a new bacteria. Yes, select a country to begin. Ooh, where will we go this time? I might go to Japan. Just because I've been to Japan, so that makes sense to me somehow. Let's take a quick look at Japan. It is urban and it is wealthy. Those are the only things we know about it so far. It has infected its first person. Wonderful. I have picked another island. Maybe that's a really bad idea. Maybe you want somewhere like with lots of open borders. So probably suppose anything in Asia is good, isn't it? So we've infected 2 whole people so far down here in Japan somewhere. 3 people. The investment bank reports catastrophic. Oh, that's okay. So let's take a quick look. So urban, we're going to go for this again, really, aren't we? And what's going to help rich countries? Sorry, not rich. Urban is to do with this, isn't it? So poor regions, rural regions. That's what we want. We want the rat. We want to get the rat, and we want to get this first, and then we want to get the rat. So that should give us enough to get this. In fact, did we already have one? We didn't have enough for that. Okay, perfect. And then when we get another 9 points, we'll get the rat infection. Utah man accidentally sues himself, claims harassment. 8 people now. Brexit sounds great, says Lemon. I don't know who the developers of this game are, but they're wonderful. Nintendo to pixelate Toad in future because he looks like a little penis. Queen Amidala is spreading from person to person, will grow exponentially. Let's help that along a little bit, shall we? So we shouldn't be far off our first cross-country infection, I'm thinking. Developed the rash symptoms, already mutated. That's Darwin at work, I guess. So we've got 9 points. Let's have a look and see what it is we're going to want to get. So there's 17 points to get the rat. Do we want the rat? Depends where it goes next, I suppose, doesn't it? Is that the rash one? Yeah, we got that automatically. That's wonderful. That's coal. That's not going to affect us or help us. Is there anything here which... High density urban, so that could be good for us actually. Okay, let's get that then. So that should help the infectious spread in Japan. Terry Pratchett has once again been voted the best author ever. Has infected hundreds of people in Japan. Wonderful. Oh, we've got 15 points there now. Let's have a look at this then. Doesn't really have a climate, Japan, so that's not going to help us out too much. Cold, cold. So really we're going to want to get that second rat, I think, aren't we? It's the only thing that's going to help us out immediately with this early game. 800 people, 1,000 people. Let's speed it up a bit. Should have probably been doing that to start with. First car in space gets a speeding ticket. These must get updated fairly regularly then. Thousands of people. Wonderful. Let's help that along a little bit, shall we? And then we'll work on getting these ones as well. Oh, there we go. 20,000 people infected in Japan, which isn't much in terms of the whole Japanese population. Develop the sneezing symptom. Get on, Darwin. Loving these automatic developments. So where's that to? This one? No, this one. Yes, it's just automatically got the sneezing. Brilliant. Greatly increases infection rates. Awesome stuff. Voters in the UK vote to leave the EU. Remainers are concerned that this could severely damage the UK, but Leavers claim it will be fine. Unclear when Brexit will actually happen. Yeah, that still is the case, unfortunately, isn't it? We're still a bit up in the air. Oh, it's spread to Indonesia, spread to Indonesia. So what have we got here? Hot, humid, rural. So if we go for... That's rural, isn't it? Yes. We'll go for that little dude next. We need another 3 points. I don't know how many points is already on. I need 9 points in total. There we go. That's what I need to know. Oh, here's Mookie now. Come to spread his disease around. More people than TB we've hit. Oh, hello. And we're about to go and get another one over here as well. Canada's been affected as well now. Okay. So that's... and the UK's gone. Let's get that one. Control where it goes by evolving transmission traits in the transmission menu. Don't we want it to go everywhere, really? I suppose it gets noticed then, though, doesn't it? So if we focus on... If we don't do that, if we do this one, we'll do that one towards the end. And then we'll focus on abilities a bit. More infectious than HIV. People have noticed there is a minor disease spreading. It's mutated cysts. It's a whole little raft of stuff we just got there, isn't it? We'll get that once we get research started. I don't think we need to worry about it for now. Should we just do bacterial resistance rather than the cold ones? Let's do that. Ah, now we become doing research. We need another couple of points and then we'll start... Well, there they are. There are a couple of points. We shall go for this one. So as expected, it's not really affecting these countries too much. It's mainly focused over here, which I think is fine for the moment. I think that's fine. It's not too deadly quite yet. We should hopefully slow down research into it. That's the plan. What have we got here? So that increases effectiveness in wealthy countries. Yeah, let's get that. Seems we've infected Europe and UK, and we're infecting all sorts of places now. It's raised the threat level due to the extremely rapid evolution caused by DNA instability. You are not wrong, Sunshine. Let's really clamp down on them developing a cure. Develop the sweating symptom. Yeah, our symptoms are just increasing on their own. We don't need to worry about that too much. Now more infectious than the common cold. How are we doing here now? Should we get this one? Let's get that one. Make it super temperature resistant. The Prime Minister decided to cancel Brexit due to concerns over Queen Amidala. Leavers accuse her of betraying the whole country. Increases future research speed or increasing the work needed to develop a cure. If we do that one, we can see what that one is then. Oh, just a little bit more. Okay, so we're just really stopping them from developing a cure, really. So I think now we should probably focus on transmission a bit more. I want to know what this one is, so let's go down this route. Need 23 points for that next bit. There are 23 points. What's this? Increases infectivity, especially in rural and urban areas, mutation chance, and cross-country transmission. Basically, screws a lot of you. We'll get that. We need 28 points for that. Oh, there's our 28 points. Perfect. So that's really, we've done all of that one. We've done, well, we're not really worried about that. We've got lots of stuff going on over here. We'll focus on getting these two in next, I think. So 30 and 33 we need. And then we can probably focus at that point on ramping up our symptoms and starting to kill a few people. Develop nausea. We've infected most of the world, really, like 2/3 of the world. Not very dangerous. Governments have warned that a more deadly strain could appear at any moment, people. Any moment. It's a coming. Developed insomnia. So if we get one of these, we'll get that one. We won't worry about that one, and now we'll focus on the symptoms, and we'll probably work on these here, I guess, because we've got a lot up here already. Canada has finally shut down its airports to try and limit the spread, but it's a little late for that. India starts sending out research teams. We need to follow these planes, make sure we pop their little blue bubbles. I will. Back you come. I forgot where India was for a second. Thank you. Thank you, India. Mutated and developed the immune suppression symptom. I love this mutation stuff. Look at it, it's just doing all this for us. It's wonderful. So if we just go down this route a little bit, and then we'll start working on the fatal in a bit. I'm just seeing how long I can really push it without getting fatal. Oh, the first death has been confirmed in Korea. We've lost lots of people now. It's really starting to go. Involve aggressive symptoms to destroy countries. We've already got really high cure resistance. We're not worried about that. We've infected most of the world. It's had its genome fully sequenced. So yeah, we've infected most of the world. We really need to look at getting stuff that's a little bit more deadly now, don't we? Rapid death, let's go for that. Developed a rapid death strain. The cure is 25% complete, but that's fine because most of the world is infected. Developed a pneumonia symptom. Research doctors are completely focused on it, which is understandable because almost everyone's infected. It's killed over 75 million people, almost, not quite. Yeah, there we go, now it has. Oh, its death rate is just ramping up. 120 million people. 300 million people. People are dying in Greenland faster than they're being infected. It's now killed more than people in smallpox, which is huge. The dead are just destroying. The last healthy person recently became infected. The cure is 44% of the way there. What can we do in here? Significantly harder to cure and death. Yes, please. Normal life is beginning to break down. I'm not surprised. Cure is 46% of the way there, 47, but we've killed... I mean, that death rate is crazy. The cure is 50% of the way there, but we've killed 50% of the world. And now we cause vomiting as well. So what else are we going to do here? We don't need to worry about infection. Harder to cure and fatal. Can be fatal. Can be fatal. There's lots of new fatal symptoms just coming in out of nowhere. Sudan has fallen into anarchy. There are only 1.5 billion people left in the world. Research has just slowed to nothing. There are 600 million people left in the world. Let's speed up a little bit more. Can we? Significantly harder to cure? Do we worry about that? Oh, let's get it. Just in case. Just in case some magic doctor comes along. The UK's government has fallen. $7 billion people are now dead. I think we're basically done here, aren't we? Don't think anything else is going to really happen. Oh, pop. We'll get that. Turkey's government has fallen, unsurprisingly, with 18 million people left in the world. Afghanistan's government has fallen. Let's just speed it up for the last little bit. 4 million people left. 2 million people left. 1 million people left. Yeah, the cure is basically... Queen Amidala has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans live dying in holes with no chance of a cure. Suck it, humans. And the last 1,000, and they are all gone. We have eliminated life on Earth. Still only three stars? Maybe 3 plagues? I don't know what you'd call that. So it took 807 days that time. I suppose that's because we went for the resistance rather than the sheer fatality of it. So the cure got to 55%. I think I did alright there. I think, bearing in mind that's my 3rd game, I think I did alright there. That wasn't too bad at all, was it? So we're 300 days. We're kind of about halfway through it. This is about halfway through now. China and Japan are screwed, but it still hasn't really affected that much of the world. 500 or 450, oh yeah, 450, 500 days, it starts just really ramping up. And then yeah, 600 days and the entire world is pretty much infected, and it's just a matter of time, isn't it? A matter of time. Just wait for this to tick over just so we can see that everyone die. Boom, done. Every country on the planet is dead. So we did unlock something else there, but we're going to have to leave that there, I think. So we unlocked the virus, a rapidly mutating pathogen, which is extremely hard to control. But I'm going to leave that there. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. As I said, this is going to be a quick look. I'm not going to do a full series on it. What I might do is, if you guys do like it, I might give it a few weeks and drop another one on you if you enjoyed it. If you did, do let me know down below. You know, if enough people watch it, enough people like it, then I will do another video. And the more people that like it, I guess the quicker I might do a new video. So, you know, let me know down in the comments if you have enjoyed it significantly enough to want to see more of it. I really enjoyed that, actually. That was a lot of fun. It's pretty more fun than I thought it was going to be. It's a bit more, it's very dark, isn't it? And I like that about it. But I suppose I was expecting that as well. So a massive, massive thank you to Queen Chica Nugget for donating this to me. That's super, super generous. Thank you so much, Chica. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. If you have, do click the like button. That's hugely appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I said before, I do stream every Wednesday at 6 PM, so come along and say hello there. And again, another thank you to Chica for donating that game as well. Otherwise, I will see you next time in... maybe in Plague Inc, or maybe in some magical VR adventure, or maybe in Empires of the Undergrowth. Who knows? It could be anything. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.